The Stig didn't spin that car once on that lap. Anyway, it's time now for the news. You might notice we've got some new furniture and a new telly. Now, the problem is, you see, there was a fire at our storage depot. You might have seen it in the papers. And nearly all of our props got destroyed.
Yeah, and the police are saying, as you can see here, that it was arson.
Yeah, but, I mean, who'd do that? It's not like we've ever upset anyone.
I know. Well, there was the vicar whose trio rammed in the Toyota pickup truck.
Yeah,
and everyone in Wales, and everyone in Birmingham, and everyone in America.
Yeah.
And while we were making this series, actually, we managed to upset the Coast Guard, who said that we've ruined the English Channel.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
So, what?
You're not seriously suggesting that the British Coast Guard drove all the way up to Watford and set fire to our chairs, are you?
Would be
No,
better.
I'm not. I know who did this.
Who?
Fifth Gear.
Hang on, why?
Can we just look at the evidence? Just last week, OK, it was in the papers, they've rolled a Bedford Rascal van. There it is, OK? Yeah. A year ago, if we look at a shot from Top Gear, we rolled a Bedford Rascal van.
Where did it bear?
They're now saying that one of their presenters has hurt his foot. That's not an accident. We have proper accidents on this show.
Do you think they're a bit jealous?
Yeah, so please, really, Tiff, Vicky, stop burning our things.
Yes.
Can I just say, the seats we used to have were from a Vauxhall Senator. So if anybody out there is watching, they have a Vauxhall Senator.
Well, hang on. You're going to say if you've got a Vauxhall Senator and you don't need the seats. Send them to us.
Write to us. I've got a Vauxhall Senator and I drive everywhere standing up.
Yes.
Yeah, BBC, Television London, wherever we are. Wood Lane.
Shot.
I love the way that James has gone into that chair as though he belongs.
Did you notice that?
So I just sitting
It
it
actually
going,
looks like
this
it
is
comes.
me.
It actually looks like you get one of these with one of these. They just ship them together as a pair.
It's exactly the same as my furniture at home. I'm very familiar with it and comfortable.
Shall we move on?
Yes, there's lots of supercars around at the moment, new stuff, so I thought we could maybe take a quick look at some of those. Here's that Roush 4 GT, and they've turned the supercharger up on that, so it's now, 610 instead of 550 horsepower. It's going to be £141,000. They're only making 10 of those. That's great.
That's as fast as it'll ever go.
It'll never...
In that picture.
Yeah, and there's this, the Lamborghini Reventon. They're only making 20 of these. It is costly, £800,000 a piece.
800 grand?
Yes, but look at it. It looks like a stealth fighter. It's all angles. It's beautiful.
800,000 quid?
Yeah.
This is the Bentley Brooklands. It's a two-door... what's the other one called that they make?
Continental, Azure...
Mike, we have been off for a while, haven't we?
The Arnage, it's a two-door version of that. 530 horsepower, 230,000 pounds. Proper Bentley, though. Old school.
Proper comfortable. Good for your piles.
I have to say as well, it's not all supercars. There are some affordable cars out as well. There's one. OK, now...
Another quick look at a new car, Subaru Impreza STI Hyper Nutter rally thing coming along. Haven't released many facts about it yet. Probably going to be 300 horsepower there or thereabouts, turbocharged engine. But we're pretty confident it's not going to be a looker.
No.
No, because, well, here's the photograph they sent out with it. No, that really is. Honesty, that's the photograph they sent out.
We haven't faked that.
No, we have not faked that. That's what they sent us.
So, can you send us a picture of a new car? Yes, here it is.
Doesn't suggest confidence, does it? It's
No.
a pig, we know it.
Oh, now, listen, you know in the olden days when Britain was a sensible country, if you had a bump on the motorway, put your car on the hard shoulder, exchange names and addresses of the other guys, and then you went on your way. Not anymore. Have you noticed this now? If you have a bump on the motorway now, you know those policemen who aren't really policemen? They come to the scene of the crash and close the motorway. Have you noticed? I was coming down the M40 on Wednesday, tiny crash, couple of broken indicator lenses. They'd got there and they had shut all 3 lanes. Huge queue, people missing meetings, people missing flights, just so that they could run around picking things up. It's just, I've never seen. And do you know what? I got into the office, I thought, I'll just find out how many other motorways have been closed today. Around that, do you know what it was? I've got a list here. Just on that one day, the M40, the M1, the M25, the M26, the M66 and the M42, all shut by these wombles. And we can manage without you, you day-glow
That's...
wombles.
That's touching, ladies and gentlemen. His first rant of the series.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got more news?
I have got more news. Bentley have recalled some cars. There's a problem with their wheel nuts, apparently. They might not be fastened properly. Bentley say it's not a big deal. It's only one batch of nuts affected. It only affected, I've got it written down here, it only concerns the Arnage R and the Arnage T and the Arnage RL and the Azure. So basically, pretty much all of the cars they make. And it's only those built between February '05 and August last year. So that's a year and a half.
No, my favourite is the government, OK, who actually run this recall. They say here, if the bolts do become loose, this would in all probability be noticeable to the driver.
Yes, it will.
Yes. There would be a considerable mechanical knocking noise.
Oh, when a wheel comes.
And sparks. And
the road.
Sky Road ditch.
Dear, I think there might be something wrong with the car.
I think they were jealous of Rolls-Royce, because they used to say the loudest thing in a Rolls-Royce at 100 miles an hour is the clock.
Yeah.
So now Bentley can say the loudest thing in a Bentley at 100 miles an hour is the front near side wheel falling off.
New highway codes come along and it says now that they advise you don't smoke while behind the wheel. Why? I mean, us three all smoke, OK? It's nothing to be proud of. The fact is that we all do, and we don't crash. Well, two of us don't, so...
Actually, I've given up smoking as well now.
Well, there you are. You can't do two things at once.
I can multitask.
You can multitask?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you putting your makeup on.
Yeah.
And driving?
And driving.
I've seen you multitask and driving.
No, you can't talk about that on the television.
That isn't in the highway code.
Yeah, I think, well, so the people who wrote the highway code thing, you know, the ones who say if you feel tired, pull off at the motorway services or whatever. So,
You weren't allowed to. Because you can't whilst driving.
Services and
Sorry, yeah.
pull off.
So they say that, but on the other hand, they say you can't.
There's no way you're going to...
On the other...
Just because they can't drive and smoke at the same time doesn't mean the rest of us are all spazzed.
That is ridiculous.
No, it is a good point. Although it gives me an idea, because we've got our track here. Why don't we have, like, track days, but instead of getting caught up on how fast you go around and all of that, we just let people smoke while they're driving.
Or put their makeup on.
Or use their mobile phone. All of the stuff you want to do.
Or eat a pie.
Yeah,
Round our track.
and speed.
That is fantastic. Now, £100. You're late for work. You think, oh, well, I'm going to make a call. I'll go around the top rear test track. You can make the call, have a pie. A little slice of freedom.
And you don't have to pull off in the services.
No, exactly. And the £100 that you pay us, we can spend on new seats. And that's the end of the news.
Right. Now it is time. It is time to do the Cool Wall. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, the Cool Wall was one of the major casualties in our fire, but we will persevere.
Yes, we will.
Yes.
And we're going to kick off with this.
Yes!
It's...
Is it a goal?